Hi everyone, this is Demo Gonzalez of Heartwood Financial Services. Hey, thanks for joining us for our latest financial education video. So today's video is going to be about Social Security and the 5 myths that are out there. And I have a guest speaker today, Mark Hendelson, who's been in the Social Security Administration, is now retired, but he worked for them for 38 years, so he knows a thing or two about Social Security, and he's going to go over his presentation of the 5 myths. But I want to introduce you to him. He goes through a about 15-minute presentation. We do some questions and answers afterwards, which I didn't record everything because it was an hour-long webinar. But it's gonna be here for you available. If you have any questions, you can follow up with me, follow up with Mark. I'll have his contact information available for you there as well. But I hope you enjoy. Thanks.
I am with your Social Security Pro. I retired last year, 2023, after working 38 years with the Social Security Administration, various offices. My entire career was spent as an educator and a social worker. I was on the front lines every day meeting with seniors and helping them navigate and understand the complex Social Security and Medicare systems. So I'm an expert in those fields. I don't sell insurance. I sell or I promote um, advice about Social Security, knowledge about Social Security, along with Medicare. So I knew leading up to retirement, I wanted to continue doing this. I got a lot of joy, a lot of purpose out of sitting with seniors here in Central Florida and helping them understand the very complex Social Security and Medicare programs, because you get one shot at doing this right, and you really need to understand the complexities of the programs, how they apply to you, and what might be your best option to follow to maximize and optimize how many benefits, how much you get in the way of your benefits. Through the years, spoken to a lot of people. So I know some of the misconceptions, some of the myths that folks have about the Social Security programs, and that's what I've been doing the last year since retiring. Is meeting with seniors, helping them understand the programs and dispelling some of these myths. So today we're going to talk about 5 myths. It's a long list. I can add a lot of myths to it, but I'm going to talk about 5 of the myths that I hear repeatedly about Social Security. My flyer is up. You'll be able to follow my flyer as we go down the list. And please stop me if you have any questions or you need me to expand or explain anything that I'm going to cover. Okay. First myth, I hear this still repeatedly, and that is Social Security is going broke. Social Security is funded through 2034. It is not going broke. It is going to continue to stay viable because this financial system, the trust seniors have in this system is really critical to our seniors and you know the financial stability of our country, so to speak. Social Security is going to evolve. It's going to change. It looks different today for me than it does or did for my parents, and it's going to look different for our children and our grandchildren than it looks for us. So Social Security is not going anywhere. I tell my clients, those that I work with, don't make decisions about when to file because you have a fear that Social Security is going broke. Also, don't make decisions about when to file because you think the program rules are going to change and negatively impact you. When they make changes to the Social Security program, they always grandfather in people 55 and older. So those people who are getting close to eligibility age should not worry about the laws changing and impacting them. And lastly, people tend to make Social Security decisions based on emotions. Don't make a filing determination that's going to impact you the rest of your life based on who's in the White House, whether it be a Republican or Democrat. Um, that's not relevant for you. If you are close to retirement or eligible for retirement benefits, you have a guarantee with the government that you're going to get the benefits based on how long you contributed, how much you paid in. So it doesn't matter for you who's in the White House as far as impacting your eligibility or your benefit amount. Okay. So 3 things. Social Security is not going broke. Don't make decisions based on the fear that the law is going to change. And lastly, don't make decisions based on who's in the White House. Okay. Number 2, Social Security full retirement age is age 65. Well, you know what? For our parents and grandparents, that was true. The full retirement age was 65, along with the Medicare start age being 65. Well, Medicare start age hasn't changed. It's still age 65 for Medicare enrollment and eligibility. But the Social Security full retirement age has changed. And that's one of the changes they made to make Social Security fiscally solvent. It pushed that full retirement age gradually from 65 to 67. People born January 2nd, 1960 or later, their full retirement age is 67. I was born in 1957. My full retirement age is 66 years and 6 months. Those born in 1958 is 66 years and 8 months. So it went up 2 months every year as you approached age 67. If you ask me, where do I anticipate the rules changing, the laws changing, eligibility changing? It will be with that full retirement age date. I anticipate in the near future, they will extend the full retirement age past the age of 67. There's talk about moving that to age 70. So that is one area that I anticipate the law changing and impacting our children and grandchildren. Why is the concept of full retirement age important? 2 reasons. Number 1, at your full retirement age, that is when Social Security says if you delay receipt of your benefits until that age, you will get a full unreduced benefit. A full benefit, not reduced for age. If you are filing for retirement benefits and your full retirement age is 67 and you decide to take your benefits at 62, it's about a 30% reduction. So if you're due $2,000 a month at your full retirement age, taking round numbers, your benefits at 62 would be around $1,400. And they stay reduced. If you're going to take them early, we're paying you over a longer period of time. So there'll be a reduction in your monthly benefits. So full retirement age is important. That's when you get a full benefit. And the second reason the full retirement age concept is important for you to understand is that is when you can work and make $1 million a day and get your benefits. There's a provision in the Social Security law that says if you're getting benefits, there's going to be a cap on how much you can earn in wages and self-employment up until you reach full retirement age. That cap goes away once you reach full retirement age. So many individuals who are working who make well over the annual earnings limitation delay their receipt of benefits till their full retirement age. The cap this year in 2024, I'm going to use round numbers, for those who are not yet full retirement age is around 22,000. The year you attain full retirement age, the rules change. Social Security allows you to make about $59,000 up until the month you attain full retirement age. So if you attain age 67 in July, Social Security would allow you to make from January to June around $59,000. And if you go over it, every $3 you exceed it, you lose $1. If you go over that $22,000 amount we talked about earlier, you would lose $1 for every $2 you go over. So it's 1 for 2 up until the year you attain full retirement age. It's 1 for 3 the year you attain full retirement age, but only for the months prior to the month you reach full retirement age. So to summarize, full retirement age is not 65. It was for our parents, grandparents, everybody else. It's for all of us, in the 50s and 60s, thinking about retirement, it is a later date based on your year of birth. And that's likely, again, going to change moving forward. Let's look at number 3. I hear that a lot. I'm going to get a COLA. COLA stands for cost of living adjustment, and it's guaranteed. Well, a little bit of history. The first COLA was in 1975. For the first 7 or 8 or 9 years, the COLA took place middle of the year in July, and then it changed to January. So the COLA has been around almost 50 years, but it's not guaranteed. There are 3 years there was not a COLA: 2010, 2011, and 2016. It's established by Congress based on basically some indexes and heavily influenced by inflation. So 2 years ago in 2022, inflation was crazy high, just coming off of COVID. And Congress voted for a 8.7% cost of living increase, the largest in a lot of years. That applied for benefits in 2023 because of inflation being so high in 2022. Inflation went down a bit in 2023, so the cost of living increase subsequently was voted to be 3.2%, which impacted benefits in 2024. But to be clear, the COLA really applies earlier than 2024. The COLA is effective with the December check every year. A lot of people are not aware of that. It affects your benefits. It affects your last benefit of the year. So your 2023 COLA impacted your benefits in December of 2023, which was paid out in January of 2024. So even though they call it a 2024 COLA, it really impacted you the last month of the year prior. So for 2024, later in the year, usually around October, November, we'll find out what the COLA will be, if there will be one. And it'll be effective with the month of December of 2024, with a check payable in January of 2025. Your benefits grow 2 ways. So we know it grows if there is a COLA, but it also grows possibly if you do any additional work after retirement. This is a very, very confusing point with individuals, and many financial advisors, many tax experts, senior people in the senior realm don't understand the concept of working after you start your Social Security benefits. To simplify the concept, your benefits may be impacted by work that you may do once you start drawing your Social Security benefits. You continue to pay FICA taxes based on your wages of self-employment, and the additional work might increase your benefits. To understand how this works, you need to understand how your benefits are computed. We compute your benefits based on your highest 35 years of indexed work, 35 years. Social Security takes your highest 35 years of indexed work. They come up with an average, and that's how they compute your benefits. So if you go back and enter the workforce after retirement, part-time work, full-time work, if you're full retirement age, start making a lot of money, those earnings will be on your Social Security record, and your benefits would possibly be increased if that year of earnings is higher than the lowest of those 35 indexed years. Social Security does that on auto drive. You do not need to show up at Social Security with your W-2 form. Happens every year. People get their W-2 forms in January, they come in Social Security and they wait for 2 hours, and then we tell them, nah, you really don't need to do anything. It's all automated. So your additional work, once you start getting your benefits, might allow an increase. It really helps women. And I'm by no means trying to sound sexist in any way, but the reality of the situation is many women work early in life. They leave the workforce to raise children, and sometimes they re-enter the workforce. So many, many women don't have 35 years of contributions under Social Security. So when they file for benefits, they may have 25 years of work. So that means Social Security will use 25 years of work and 10 years of zero to compute their retirement benefit. So any work they do will help them because it's going to replace a 0 year. So work after starting benefits will potentially allow an increase in your payments.
Gotcha.
Social Security will be sufficient for your retirement. Well, when Social Security was enacted, it was meant to replace about 42% of your earnings and be a supplement. Well, more and more people are depending on Social Security to keep the lights on and keep food on the table. So we live in a fairly affluent area. I live in Lake Mary, Seminole County in Florida. Even in this area, so many people coming into Social Security would say, this is a godsend. This is going to allow me to pay my bills, and are depending on that Social Security check to fund way more than what it was intended to fund when Social Security was enacted and started back in January 1940. It really is only meant to be one leg of that three-legged stool that financial advisors talk about often with your retirement nest egg. Let's go to number 5, because I know I'm getting short on time, and I want to allow D-Mill to pipe in with any questions, okay. Or Rose to pipe in. You lose benefits permanently if you keep working. So we talked about the annual earnings test. You know, if you're getting Social Security benefits, we may turn your benefits off or suspend your benefits if you have excess earnings. You don't get those checks until you reach full retirement age. Once you reach full retirement age, Social Security will go back and say, okay, we reduced you because you came on at 62. We reduced your benefits 30%, but you didn't get all your checks from 62 until your full retirement age. So we will do an adjustment and raise your benefit to give you credit for those months you didn't get a full check. So your benefits will go up at your full retirement age. And that will allow you to begin recouping those benefits that you didn't get because you were in work suspense, because you went over the annual earnings test limitation. So if you live long enough at that higher rate of payment, you will recoup the benefits that you lost due to your work. That's my rundown on the myths. I know